Welcome back, guys.
Oh my gosh. We're about to do top four.
Sorry for that long wait. We have...
There were some epic shenanigans that took place within the round of top 8.
Crazy stuff.
Somebody got a game loss. Like, it was wild.
Really unfortunate one.
Really unfortunate, but
it happens.
It happened. It's crazy.
Okay, so let me get this post up so people know about it because we've had a significant drop in viewers here.
We have. We're down to 115. People are just waiting for us to come back, so let's just get it posted. If you guys are watching the stream right now, please share it. Let people know we are in top 4. It's looking pretty interesting. So I'm excited to see how this plays out. I think right now we're gonna have Philip playing against Troy. Troy was also from our last match who beat Red Garlic, so this should be really good to see. The reason why the player received the game loss at the time was he had a smoothness drill in play. Combat ended, and he never discarded down. So he placed his cards down on the table, and then he drew his 3 cards and set them on or around the existing 3 cards that he didn't discard down to. And so
do we have an extra seat in here?
Do you want to sit down? Just grab one, man. And so, since that happened, you know, that
I finally get to have a break from judging.
You do.
So, I'm going to take that time to
talk
with you guys.
Do it, man.
About the featured match.
Do it. I'm excited. So,
I don't know what type of rules and restrictions are discussing about the featured match.
Oh, just don't say anything that you shouldn't say. So, like, just don't, like, say any, like, racist remarks.
Oh, no. Yeah, okay.
It's not like we haven't been doing that all day.
Oh, okay.
So doing that, no cursing, right? So yeah. The person who ended up getting the game loss. What was his name?
For what match?
The draw issue.
The draw issue.
The draw issue.
Yeah. Who ended up getting the game
loss? The dice.
The person. What's up?
Have y'all been keeping up with the die for the power stages?
Dies would be best.
Okay, I was just wondering. I'm supposed to do that, right?
Yeah. Well,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Can y'all see the dice for there?
No, not at all.
Okay. So
bring him closer to the camera.
Was where I placed it? Was it just fine?
I don't think we saw them.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's unfortunate.
You were working the heck out of those turn counters, though.
Yes.
You were all over that. I kept saying I just kept saying on the stream. I was like, man, my man Jay. He's working them turn counters.
Well, you got to make sure that they know who's starting combat and all.
Yep, it's pretty. It's pretty awesome. Middle judge is a drag. Sorry.
A drag? Why?
I don't know.
I mean, wouldn't you have to be negative to be a drag?
The Real Urban Death 72.
That sounds like a drag.
Yeah, you're
right.
How does that tell me I'm a drag? I'm sorry. You got to prioritize your words there.
What is this? Who got the loss? Des, you need to calm down. Be an adult.
For what game? Is it? Oh, the incident
you never discarded, and then you.
Oh, that person. The person who won was. Oh, what's his name? He's running.
Shannon Jakul won the match. He was playing Black Krillin, right?
Oh my gosh, I don't remember. I'm bad at names. I don't even remember.
The guy they were both wearing glasses, but it was the guy that he had the polo shirt on, and he was playing, I guess, Black Ginyu.
Yes.
Yeah, he was the one that got the game loss, right?
Oh, the Black Ginyu got the game loss.
Yes. And Shannon moved on. I guess we just don't remember his name, but we will get his name. We will, I promise. Are we doing deck checks again for top 4?
Not sure.
Are we already?
I get a break for once.
That's awesome.
So I'm happy for this right now.
Take this.
This is fun. Okay.
This will be good. Here we go. So shuffling up some cards.
All right.
This is gonna be good. So it's Black Krillin versus someone. Oh, it's 3 Black Krillins and 1 Orange Krillin in the top 4. Wow.
No. Well, it's Blue Ginyu. Okay.
So go ahead and go to the table screen you're saying.
Isn't it Blue Ginyu versus Black Krillin? That's what I thought. Blue Ginyu,
awesome.
Black Krillin, and Black Krillin and...
Black Krillin's on the left, Blue Ginyu on the right.
No, I know, but what about the one over here?
Got it. So it's actually
Orange Krillin,
Black Krillin,
Orange Krillin. Okay, 2 Black Krillins, Orange Krillin, and Blue Ginyu on top 4.
So right now it's Blue Ginyu versus Black Krillin.
Blue Ginyu versus Black Krillin.
This would be a good match. This is actually probably the best out of the Ginyu matchups. out of the Krillin matchups for Ginyu, like Ginyu's pretty, I would say, not necessarily favorable, but
it really comes down to the build. And I mean, I don't know what the build for blue Ginyu is, but I mean, think about what blue has. I mean, blue has the setup that retrieves an ally from the discard pile and the life deck. So ideally, they could get around level 1, Krillin and maintain board presence with allies. It really comes down to what type of play the blue Ginyu is using for his build. And maybe he's more aggressive, more passive. We're not quite sure. We're going to find out, though.
I think if he was more physical based and more aggressive, that would be huge in this matchup.
And that's been common given. There's a couple of players who I know of that ran a deck like that, very physical based, very aggressive, utilizing the hurt of stages that blue has. I mean, blue has great physical attacks, like AT+5, like across the board. Even one that discards, stopping, and energy, just everything you need for a physical beat deck.
Yeah, so many physicals for +5.
I agree.
It's definitely a solid choice.
Oh, see, I could see the dice, the large dice up there. So I was managing those, but they scooted in, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so in other words, you guys didn't see that. That's unfortunate. I did keep track of their MPs with those exact dice. And I remembered an instance where it was Black Ginyu versus Black Krillin. The first feature match, I believe.
It was Michael Witt.
Michael Witt's the one that received the game loss. Okay, so Michael Witt, everyone, is the one that received the game loss, just so everyone is caught up on information. So, but yeah, those dice, those things are coming in handy.
I'm telling you, I was using them the whole time, and trying to keep track of the turns and just doing everything I can to kind of simplify their experience, that they can rely more on the strategy and make sure they trigger all their mandatory effects.
It's interesting seeing just so far of what's been peeled off of his deck, seeing Neck Beam, and in his hand I can tell he has a battle readiness. And
see, told you. That's the one I'm telling you about. See, that card alone, destructive disc for me, sure. And then if one of them's an ally, that's right there. Trigger setup and get out some allies and start beating going on the herd. It's all about timing.
Yep.
I should just sit here.
Just up there.
Yeah. It's better for me to see the screen this close. Okay.
So
I'm glad that people are placing banish zones sideways and then the discard pile in upright position, just to identify the two separate zones. Okay, so this is exactly what I was talking about. Now, the destructive discs, well, I don't know how many stages, one stage above Ginyu, and he can't stop with Goldo. He can attempt.
He will.
He is attempting. He's going to take the stage because he knows it's going to go away.
Yep.
And then take 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Crit, remove. Floating effective, +2/+2 active, and nothing he can do.
Nope, his hand looks pretty dead right now.
Right now, that mastery is probably the best thing that he's got for him to use, just being able to stop the
another
attack.
disc.
Wow, he's just laying the hurt. He's like, let's get it out of the way.
He got a great draw. Got to enter combat early.
Now you see, like something like this, where you're being very aggressive with the disc, it may not come in handy right now because, realistically speaking, Blue has blue positioning drill. I can imagine him taking advantage of that, given that now he has resources to obtain through. See, look at that! I told you.
Yeah.
Like that card hurts with respect to what Black Krillin is going to do. And look, he just got rid of 2 discs to do that much damage that he did. Now he has targets for that setup to search his allies.
What's nice is also the blue Ginyu player can start taking inventory of his deck, seeing what he lost, seeing what's left.
Right. It gives him the chance to shuffle the deck. That's important. Being able to know how many setups or drills are still in his deck, and being able to just reset the board not reset the board, reset his deck to shuffle and retrieve allies. Limit the dead draws by getting the allies and then shuffling thoroughly. And if he's running Dragon Balls, that also helps as well.
It does. He looks like he has a really solid hand here. I saw a head Naga shifting maneuver and an overpowering attack.
Oh, that looks like a pretty solid hand. Energy block alone, just Krillin. Now, granted, his opponent has a black power up. Now, if he were to have a blue betrayal, that would have been a really great target to go on.
But I'm pretty sure what we're going to see...
He's going to start with the Ginyu.
He's going to start with Ginyu, but I think we're going to see a Dragon Radar for ball 4 to kill the battle readinesses, and then possibly get out of combat.
Right.
Just depending on what you know, the Krillin player's holding.
True. It's very likely that the Ginyu player
grabs Nappa.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very true as well. He's probably gonna he's going for the damage.
Okay.
So yes, what you're saying is absolutely right. So he's gonna start banishing, and there goes those allies.
Yep.
One of them is gonna be Goldo. Goldo's in there for sure, and he's like, that's gone. It's like, and Raccoon. Yeah, it's really bad.
It is
right there, and I mean. Right now, it seems like the best thing for the blue Ginyu player, if he's running the dominance, that's his best bet. He at least obtains an energy attack at level 2. But he's not going to keep his allies for long. The only thing that he has right now are those setups. And if, as you mentioned, if the Black Krillin runs Dragon Ball 4, that's an easy removal and an easy choice to make.
It's also interesting that he didn't lead with battle readiness to kind of protect them. And to protect the allies in the discard pile, because he could have gotten at least one back before losing them to swipe, instead of him leading with his power.
Did he end the combat? No, the active player is the Ginyu player. Or maybe he chose to. No, I
think he did.
I think he did. So the active player discards first, always. So the Black Krillin player is doing the right thing, waiting, seeing what he discards, getting some knowledge as to what is he considered value. There you go. And then discard, and that's perfect timing. Good job. You'd be surprised. A lot of players tend to forget how active player discards first. And the visiting? Right. That visiting's going to hurt. Now this is where Nappa becomes really prevalent, but it's as we had mentioned, you know, if the Krillin player and the banish, one blue betrayal, that's a pretty good one.
And a withering fire.
If Black Krillin is running Dragon Ball 4, that's an easy removal. I'm surprised that. Well, I think he was just more focused on wanting to get the damage in and just have no response and gain the stages back. And there's the dominance. So as I had mentioned, if he's running the dominance, he's able to get those drills, abuse positioning drill, you know, play the slow game, use those attacks and recycle them and continue from there. Birder.
It's just interesting, just because of how quickly he fell behind and then losing 2 allies that fast.
Right. Now, ironically, the dominance actually forces the Black Krillin player to make a decision, because I don't know what drills are in his discard pile, but if there are 2 drills, then he has to determine if a Dragon Ball 4 is to search. He has to choose which ones that he would rather want to get rid of. And that makes it a difficult choice for the Black Krillin player to now do that. I'm not sure what other setups specifically that the Ginyu player is playing with, because, I mean, think about blue stretch kick, blue key buildup, very good attack.
Yep.
I mean, another form of hand advantage that they have in their arsenal. But instead of legitimately drawing the cards, you potentially have them in play to be used during that combat.
So we did dominance.
He's going to get out. There's definitely a position drill in there, so that's going to go out for sure.
There we go.
And a lifting drill. Okay, so not bad for a comp. He adds +1 to all his attacks at best. You know, the discard. If you had the biting drill, it'd be more relevant with the lifting drill combo. But overall, that some people tend to go for the positioning lifting drill combo because of the damage specifically and the ability to reset the top of the deck.
Yep. Just adding damage though is just gonna help him, because it takes all of his energies, which are there are a lot in blue that only are doing 4 or 5 life cards, and just pushes them over the edge.
Exactly. Now blue has a lot of endurance, and just keep in mind the Black Krillin player has 2 Destructo Discs in his discard pile. And what did he visit it? Because I didn't
for Destructo
Discs. So he's trying to get value with Destructo, and I don't blame him, because that's his best option. Now here's the thing: if he Destructo Discs, he has 2 setups that he can utilize, where ideally he can retrieve those allies and more from the life deck, and he's able to have more actions to perform in a combat. And I think he's playing this just right. He is waiting. He didn't perform level 2 Ginyu, correct?
No, he has not.
He didn't. So he's doing that purposefully to gain the anger, so then he can go up to 3 as soon as possible. Yep. That way, he's able to make sure that the crit from both Krillin level 1 and the destructive discs do not get rid of his allies.
Yep.
Very smart play. It does take a while to set up. With a Ginyu deck against a Krillin black deck, you just need patience. Mm-hmm. Patience.
Oh, he has 2 disc in hand again.
Right. Well, regardless, he could trigger both of those setups and retrieve those allies and more if there are more in the life.
You get a lot of value out of it.
Correct. And he also has Krillin's attack. So if that's 3 crits, I mean, that's a lot of ways to destroy, get rid of allies.
Luckily, he has a lot of way to bring them back.
I don't know how much anger the blue Ginyu player has. And it could be likely that maybe he has enough allies in play where he can, gain enough anger to go up the level. I mean, all he needs is 5 blue, with the black deck in general.
What's interesting though is,
well, okay, now we got the Nappa. Now I don't understand this. Like now, I mean, the Krillin player doesn't want to get rid of Nappa.
No, he doesn't.
So now, not only have you just left these allies in play, maybe he had no choice. Maybe it's very possible that he had no choice. I mean, think about who's banished. Raccoon and Goldo.
Yeah,
this is standard. This is standard. So
that was his only choice.
Oh, and that would be terrible if that was his only choice. Oh.
Because, I mean, he's only going to run 6
I would have waited. because, I mean, now that Nappa's in play, you have a setup that can't be used, and you're hoping that he's not going to be able to get rid of any more of your allies through crits. And I believe that was the discard due to level 1 Krillin.
No, that was actually just because he performed a disc.
Oh, okay, my bad. It's right there on top of the day. Yeah. It's been a long day. Yeah. I'm relaxing now. This is my moment to just relax and just be a spectator as much as I enjoy it over staring deadly at the decks and playing actions back and forth.
It's just this, the Black Krillin just got off to such a great start.
Okay, so he's proceeding to do damage. Yeah. Well, I mean, in this game, it doesn't matter when you start taking damage, as long as if you get that really good combat where you take a head advantage. I mean, that could change the game output completely.
It completely could. Mm-hmm. You just need that one good turn.
I mean, it relies on luck. Luck is definitely a factor, whether you like it or not, in any card game, especially in this game. And another disc. He's like, "Oh, really? You had another disc in your hand? Okay, take it off here because he's going to go away." Yep. Discard, and then crit. Now he has to make a choice as to what he wants to get rid of. I mean, he wants to keep the Nappa there.
Yep.
But maybe, who knows, maybe he may overvalue Radar so much to the point where he wants to get rid of Nappa. But I don't see a benefit off of that.
Your only benefit is you want to play a ball 7.
Right, and see, there's the Jace.
I mean, set up your kill turn, but
he
Jace
knew,
is
the
right
Ginyu player even knew. He's like, okay, just take it off the Jace, let that resolve. That's fine. I'll get it back eventually, with the possible overpowering attack. Don't know what's left in his discard pile. Correct. And then the banish 2, and then the drain. Seems like okay. Oh, I see. He discarded that. It's so hard to see this little image here.
Yeah, it's because it's the angled camera. It's not
right.
like a direct.
I mean, I wish I could just expand it, and just have a better view. I mean, you could tell based on the face value of these cards, what they're doing. Mm-hmm. Now, I've been noticing this a lot. People running Black Krillin decks, they're starting to run a lot more Dragon Balls in the deck, and this is an interesting tech. I mean, he put 3. Yes, I get it. You add 1 anger, you lower an anger if possible, or just a choice, just lower anger. Draw 3, reset your hand, get that good board presence in your hand so that you're able to just dish out on your opponent. Although, I mean, you're susceptible of them stealing it, especially against the Red Garlic Jr. matchup, which granted, this player actually did play against, and they ended up winning. And he changed his entire outlook of how he was wanting to play aggressive, and that's exactly what helped him, to his victory.
Well, the thing is, they're not necessarily scared of playing the Dragon Balls now, just because his level 1 power, just having the ability to crit, because it's okay, you can take it, but I mean, unless you're Namekian or if you're on Garlic level 4,
right?
I'm going to be able to take it back with no problem. So being able to run 3. I think he runs 7, 6.
There are different builds. I've seen many different builds. I mean, there were builds in set 1 where Krillin ran all 7 Dragon Balls, and I completely understand. I mean, that is potentially a way of winning, and I've seen it work. And then you've had some that started transitioning more into 3 to 4 Dragon Balls, like Dragon Ball 4 and Dragon Ball 7.
The tech Dragon Balls.
Yeah, and those are considered the tech Dragon Balls. I've seen them where they've only teched in the Dragon Ball 1.
Mm-hmm. Just for the extra
Everyone
damage.
builds it differently. And I am not a Black Krillin player. I'm sure, I mean, if I really wanted to go in and play Black Krillin, I will do everything in my power to learn about it and make it as best as I can for the current meta. But I guess, I don't know, I wasn't scared with the Ginyu matchup. I just thought, well, and I played, I played 7 blue decks. I was susceptible to Betrayal, susceptible to Blue Barrier.
Well, it's just a lot of people don't realize is you have to take the chance early because about 1/3 of a Black Krillin deck is non-interactive cards, like cards that have to be played during the planning step. So you have a really good opportunity early to get the jump on them, but if that just doesn't happen and you are forced to pass, they're just going to keep getting better throughout the game.
Correct. And it makes me want to ask this player, Philip, you know, he's running the blue Ginyu build, and I kind of wonder why. Like, why choose that over other Ginyu builds? I specifically say other Ginyu builds because he was more interested in wanting to run the Ginyu build in general, but he chose the style of blue over others. Maybe he did that because of a certain card. I'm not quite sure what his thought process was, and I'd be interested to know, just for, you know, the sake of picking at someone's brain and seeing what their perspective was.
I think a lot of people just view it as the safe choice because you can put
in
the tech cards.
Yeah, I mean, it blue. I can block. You know, do what I want to do.
Discarding a corruption, making you banish too.
Right.
That card just does so much work.
Yeah, and that's where Lookout Drill comes out. You know, which is also a tech in Blue Ginyu, I'm sure, given that the dominance is being ran. We've only seen one, and I don't know how many are in the discard pile.
2 Lunar Rays and an overpowering attack.
Nice.
And his power.
Except that's kind of useless now, given the fact that, well, not really. He hasn't been able to banish the Jace.
Still has Jace.
And he can attack with level 2 and gain the anchor, go up a level.
Saw him draw a searching technique on the defense.
Okay, paying the 2, getting out the Jace. I think that's the only option he has. Oh no, he has Birder. I forgot about Birder. Okay, so that's good. That's good. You know, +3 stages added to the modifier. I don't know what's Krillin. I mean, it's hard to see from here, but how many stages Krillin is above 0? And then there comes the block, which Black Dense Ball. Man, just the fact that Black has a card that's similar to Blue, like can be able to block an additional attack, and it's an energy attack, which is just as good because, you know, no comparing of stages. Black, you know, physical beat decks are there. Just going into with the life deck, I mean, right now in this current meta, it just seems that energy is the way to go. Which is ironic because set 2 was promoting physical decks, but then endurance became an issue where, you know, well, how much endurance are these cards providing? Red was the one that got very physical with endurance.
This is very true.
Oh yeah.
Going into set 3, it's going to be interesting to see how the game shapes in set 4 with masteries and such.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. No, not because of androids. I mean, I love the Android Saga. Don't get me wrong. And I'd never played the old game, so I don't know what up with the Android Saga in the game that caused people to really love it.
They loved it so much.
But I just enjoy getting new cards, being able as a player to customize different decks, run them, see what potential they have. Deck building is by far my most favorite thing I enjoy in this game.
It's a deck builder's paradise right now.
That or you play DC.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good paradise. Yeah.
He's gonna ditch the blue guard. Yep.
And he does not get to lower anger.
Well, it wasn't for the mastery.
Or it wasn't for the mastery.
I
see.
Speedy dodge.
Even better. Yeah, what am I thinking? He was discarding the black searching technique, so I should have done that. No, but good. And being perfect timing against black, being able to discard the blue guard, draw an additional card. Now, unfortunately, it's like a card like blue guard in a blue, you know, Ginyu deck. I mean, granted, you could draw into the potential attacks, but though I wonder how often those decks run with as many drills setups that they have and allies on top of it, you know, the potential of drawing a card into a dead card hurts you more than it helps you. But then again, it's all based on luck, going back to kind of what I said earlier.
He still hasn't used his Ginyu power yet.
Oh, he's using the Lunar Ray. See, he's trying to get the extra anger, you know, as long as he can get either Jace or, yeah. So he's going to see, I think maybe he feels more competent in Jace because he's thinking, you know what, I could probably go up this level. I have 4 anger. I can use my Ginyu, gain 2 anger. That's more than enough to go up a level. And then I can proceed to use Jace after and gain another anger. Why? Oh, did Kami get destroyed from crit or from mill?
From damage.
Well, then isn't it banished too because of Frieza?
Yes, it would be.
So the judge needs to inform.
Yep, all that damage should be banished.
No, he hasn't. Someone said that Valdez. I'm assuming no BC.
He was just asking about a Ginyu had used it.
So then that was due to damage, correct?
Yep. He conceded.
Oh, he conceded.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because all he had to do was Dragon Raider for ball 7. He only had
You're right.
3 cards
Correct.
left.
Correct.
Yeah.
Good game.
Yeah, it was. Troy Nelson. Black Krillin go to the finals. Black Krillin made it to the finals, guys. Is that the first time? I think it's the first time. I may have to eat my words.
It's closing.
Craziness. It is closing. His build is just so much more aggressive.
Yep.
Is the judge not paying attention to game state? Yeah. At that point, it wasn't. It really did not matter at that point. But Jay actually just went out and reminded him just in case going forward. So we're headed to the finals. We're headed to best of Trace. Things are about to get interesting.
Do it. Oh, knock yourself out. I'll sit over here.
I'm going to switch to standby. All right, guys, we'll be back briefly with the finals. All right. So we are down to Black Krillin and Orange Krillin. This is exciting. Another orange deck and another black deck make it through all the way to finals. Of course, orange is it's a really good deck right now, and Orange Krillin is, I would say, superior to Orange Goku depending on the meta you're playing. There was a really good red showing today, so a lot of Orange Goku decks just couldn't get through. There was also a decent amount of Namekian.
Nick T. Orange Cup.
So.
Oh, you're joining here? Oh, yeah.
Way down.
All right.
Okay. No, it is not Joey Walter.
All right, so now we have 3 people.
We do have 3 people.
When you're ready, hold on a second.
Trace Peeps.
Well, this is going to be a good game to watch. I mean, no one had ever expected, I never expected Orange Krillin to get top. It's pretty awesome. It makes me want to ask, like, his matchups and see what kind of...
Last name?
Banna.
Banna, B-A-N-N-A. Oh, you were looking at me mysteriously. I wasn't sure if you wanted to make out with me or...
Last name?
You
know.
Oh, yeah, man.
You know what I want.
This late at night?
You see what I did there?
This late at night? This tired? Oh, yeah.
This tired? That's a possibility.
Oh, man. Yeah.
See?
What are you doing?
Make it to where we can see the chat.
Oh.
There you go.
Here we go.
All right.
So we still got a 2 out of 3 game of this to observe. See what kind of outcomes come from this. I'm not sure how knowledgeable these players are with respects to Orange Krillin versus Black Krillin and vice versa.
Yeah.
We don't know how much practice they've had against these particular matchups. But I mean, they're knowledgeable on the style. They'll be familiarized.
Well, just based on the overall, like if you just look at the matchup in general, Orange is just going to have an advantage because of drills. Orange drill, steady drill, hiding drill, being able to get those out and just establish a lead early just through additional damage as well as damage mods. It helps win the battle. And when watching Troy's matches, I didn't see a lot of tech for drills. Besides just black declaration. I really didn't see a what's it called? I didn't see a black erasing drill. I didn't see a mischievous drill or anything like that to kind of keep dealing with it. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes forward.
I agree. And another thing to keep in mind of it, and something that goes a bit beyond the actual tech of the cards utilized by the players themselves. Based on my experience judging at one of the games that Troy N had played, the Black Krillin player, I know that he definitely changes the style based on his outcome. I mean, he is very observant. He does everything that a player at the caliber you need to be at, where, you know, right now he's definitely going to go at Worlds, he's got an invite, has to be playing at versus his teammates. When he was playing against the red Garlic Jr. deck, he was playing very passive. He was waiting at the right moment to be aggressive, in which he waited for Garlic Jr. to get to level 4 and had the +3 modifiers on all his attacks, which really, really helped him in the matchup. And now you have a case where he played against Blue Ginyu. He decided to go aggressive early and get the damage, and the preventable attacks helped him to get the game state in his favor, so he had advantage.
You guys ready?
We are ready, indeed.
All right, roll it.
And then now we have a scenario where he's playing against an orange deck. I mean, I'm only thinking in what I could possibly be thinking that he's saying to himself against this orange style is drills, drills, drills. He needs setup. I don't know how many he runs. I don't know what he relies on. Given the fact that, you know, it's a Krillin style, he's probably relying on the crits to get them from his discard pile. So maybe not playing aggressive would be in his best interest, or maybe being aggressive early is. So it really comes down to their draws at this point. I'd like to, you know, investigate more into what they get with their hands.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. And I think the first thing that he's going to want to do is get a card where he could just start searching Nick's deck. Just searching the Orange Krillin deck as soon as possible to see everything that's in there and take note of it and being able to pick apart those drills just through a searching tech would help him out big time. Getting rid of hiding drill at first, and if he pulls a scout maneuver, getting rid of disc or crushing beam, which is crushing beam has been winning Nick his games in Top Cut. He's throwing an energy attack for 7, shuffling it back in, and then he gets the ability to get it back. So that's also a viable threat that he has to offer.
Now, one of the benefits of running the regular one of the regular Krillin level 1s in the orange deck is the fact that he knows that stages are important. It's an energy-based deck. Gaining anger means a potential 10 new stages during combat. That helps him become more aggressive during combat to get the advantage he needs.
That's funny.
Made me laugh.
That's awesome.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Number one.
Congratulations to Troy for being the #1 Black Krillin player in the world.
He is the #1 Black Krillin player in the world. Currently. This is true because he actually top 2 Andy's going to Worlds.
Going to Worlds. Worlds invite?
Yeah.
Positive.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, is that Phil? Freaking Phil.
Yeah.
It's Phil, man.
That guy.
I'm just glad to see that an orange Krillin made it. Dude, that's really cool.
It's a good deck.
It is a good deck. He's playing orange uppercut.
Oh, and he is.
So
I did forget. He is running allies. The orange Krillin deck is running allies, which again indicates that he knows of the scenario where he wants to maintain stage presence, so that way he has the resources to pay for those energy attacks. You can tell from that alone, just by some of the cards he puts in the deck, that he may just be more aggro. Maybe he doesn't run as many drills as it appears. I'm sure he runs the basics, such as the red steady drill, red burning aura drill. I know he's running a possession drill. I'm not quite sure what else he's running, but I mean we're gonna find out through this game. So, and we got 3 other games to watch aside from this one, if they end up making it to 3 games.
If they end up making it to 3, so we'll see.
Sucks having to see this far. It's nicer for the people at home. They can expand their screen. They can see a wider range. I mean, we got a small little box to look at, and it's tough to see, to make out the images if you're too far away. At least if you have bad sight as much as I have, so.
There we go.
Oh, that's way better. Man, you're a genius.
Everybody hear that? No, everybody's gonna.
That noise that you made? I think everyone
heard that.
They're actually gonna question your intentions of that noise.
Good.
They better.
Orange tear down to get rid of a visiting the past.
I don't blame him. The whole visiting to a disc seems to work pretty well for Troy.
It does. This is gonna be a good combat for Nick as long as he can just keep his stages in check.
Now, ironically, the discard from the Krillin aids the orange Krillin player because of the fact that he's going to still gain that anger regardless. And he also gets the crit too, so he gets to get rid of whatever threats are going on. And I mean, we know now that Black Krillin is running Dragon Ball 3, so he has to watch out the potential of that. Though if he gets it out early, then he gets to 4. Now it's not as necessary to worry about it because the crit's not as convenient due to level 2, not level 1. It was Destructo going for 5 life cards.
5.
Unpreventable. Instant crit, meaning steal back 6. The whole process. 6 is such a crucial play. The fact it's already in play, Orange is going to take advantage of that. So he maintains stage presence. Going back to that, stage presence.
Helps out a lot. Just the extra PUR.
Right.
So Krillin just goes from 3 to 6.
I mean, this could be the fundamental idea of, guys, this is an orange deck. It's an energy-based deck. That was the intentions of the deck. Discard, mastery, and stealing it back from the crit. Yeah. Now, depending on the active player, based on what I see, the active player was on the left-hand side. If the right-hand side already used his crit, I believe so. From the disc, well, actually, no. What the heck? Didn't they? Did neither of their crit go off?
Black Krillin used his with his mastery.
Right, but then didn't he attack with his crit, Krillin?
I'm not sure.
The judge went and missed that.
Hold on a second.
He didn't use Krillin yet. He didn't use his power yet?
No, he did not.
Okay, cool.
Which explains why he triggered the mastery, because he knew he couldn't perform the attack in general.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny when I went over there to ask if he had performed his level 1 action. He said no. As I was about to walk away, everyone was like, relevant, because they realized, like, oh yeah, that would have mattered.
Yeah.
See, there's the 3. I mean, willingly throwing the 3. I mean, granted, the orange Krillin's anger is at what now?
Right now it's at 0.
Oh, okay.
Because he didn't use his power.
He didn't use his power to gain the anger. So that just is more scary, given the fact that now Orange Krillin could take advantage of that that Dragon Ball to gain card advantage and also potentially raise anger doing it. But since he's at 0 anger, the Black Krillin has a chance to steal it back, given the right circumstances. But the best way to utilize this is...
he does run an erasing drill. First time I've seen it.
Yeah. Well, it's not uncommon.
Yeah, it's a great card.
It's a great card. If successful, I believe, it destroys setup and drill. Or drill.
Yep.
Right. That's great. And the Rejuve, they're playing much faster. It's like they're comfortable. They're playing for fun. It got to the point where stress has been removed. They are going to Worlds. At this point, it's who's going to win the $500 extra.
Yep.
This is exactly the experience I felt too when I went to Gen Con. I just was at a point where
the pressure was off.
The pressure was off. I was just playing for fun, and that was it. Now the declaration is going to help him so much in this game. It's going to allow him to get rid of those drills that block attacks. Mm-hmm. That way he's able to go in and get more damage into the orange Krillin deck so that he can deck him out sooner. It's just unfortunate that there hasn't been a single drill that came out.
And not at all.
Not at all.
And
this shows the disadvantage alone. Now, granted, that doesn't necessarily mean that Orange Krillin is behind. And a smoothness coming out
and
now.
A ball 7.
And a ball 7. So, doing the orders first, because apparently people keep forgetting the order of Dragon Ball 7.
Yep.
You search 3 first, then your opponent's discard. Then, if it's Namekian Master, you discard another card. The reason why that matters is, especially in competitive play, is who's to say that the 3 cards that a person discarded, the person who has to put 3 in the top of the deck, he has an advantage knowing knowledge-wise what they removed from their deck. That's always relevant. You'd be surprised.
There's karaoke going on next door.
That's pretty loud.
Yeah. Yes, Dallas Moon, it does.
Say it again.
I said Dallas Moon. He's on the chat. It does not feel good to be playing orange right now, but we'll see. There's a drill.
Hey, the one that early.
There's a visiting.
Yeah, and once that drill is out there, that was a mistake. It's okay. Once that drill is out, Black doesn't have any ways of removing it, or at least let me put it this way: I doubt that this guy's running the the ones physical. If AT+4 remove destroy a setup.
Oh yeah,
I think
refusal
setup or drill refusal.
Yeah.
There's no way that this Black Krillin is playing that deck, and I would never imagine him running it.
Yeah.
But that drill is staying there for good, except for declaration. The only way you can get rid of it.
Yeah, but I mean, right now, Troy's in a really neat position because like however he's feeling, at the end of combat, he could declaration his ball 7 back in and then tutor it back out with radar.
Correct.
So he's sitting in just a really interesting spot right now. He's got to protect it.
The one thing that Krillin players have to realize when it comes down to Dragon Balls and crit timing, well, for starters, Troy knows that his opponent's going to gain 2 anger. Mm-hmm. So there's the potential of him going up a level, and then for the remainder of the game, his crit capabilities are shut off due to level 2 not being able to get the crit. Now it comes down to who enters the combat. Because whoever enters the combat, if say both players attack with their level 1 Krillin, the active player or the person who entered combat, their crit resolves first. It does matter given that you want to take advantage of a ball that is stolen. This may cause both of the Krillin players, due to this issue, for them to not want to steal Dragon Ball, but instead target their anger.
That makes sense. So, Troy led with, a confrontation and took away the only actual energy block in his hand. So he's relying strictly on the drill right now.
Right. Well, I mean, how many cards in the opponent's hand? 2 or 3?
He has 3 cards in his hand.
That makes sense.
But one of them is ball 7.
And on top of, one of them is ball 7. Oh no, not the orange player. I'm referring to the black Krillin player.
Yeah.
Has, I believe, 3 cards in hand, and then on top of that, he has energy attack from level 1.
He's got a lot going on right now. So he has smoothness drill. So he probably has 4 cards left in hand. Mm-hmm. Plus.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that sounds about right. So banishing. Now this is a tough choice. I mean, he could banish the smoothness.
Radar.
He chooses the radar. He could have banished the declaration as well. Is that a time? That is the time. Okay. I'm thinking like the radar. What was he worried about? The idea of declarationing a card back in. Yeah, that's true. Then he can get back 7.
Or he could go fetch 4.
Right.
Or whatever he needed at the time to benefit him.
Right. Yeah. If only you could run orange stare down at 7, right, guys? Right. If only orange uppercut stated, pay 2 stages, search for 2 energy attacks, and put them in your hand. Hit, use again that combat with no cost in the stage. Let's just make orange broken at this point, just for the hope of having orange Krillin get in it, make a comeback. I don't think there's really a need for that whatsoever. But obviously, it's noticeable that there's a disadvantage right now. And now the Kami is out, so he's able to start, adding an additional card to the deck. Now, granted, if he's drawing 3, really he's not adding. He's just simply discarding 2 of them, or he's discarding 3 of them and putting 2 back into the deck.
He shouldn't have been able to do that.
What did he do?
He did a racing drill after all the damage and everything was resolved instead of after it was successful. Because the way it's supposed to work.
What did he do?
So he triggered a racing drill after all the damage and everything was dealt to kill steady drill, but it's
before, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it's before.
Yeah, so before the damage is dealt, so he should still have his steady drill, but he's playing another energy attack right now.
I'm not the judge on the floor, so the other judges will have to handle it accordingly. I mean, they should be seeing this if there's any issues regarding the game state. I like how Saiyan is being spoke about right now. It's like something irrelevant to what's going on in front of them.
I just want to make Saiyan broken.
I really would like to make Saiyan broken. Actually, I feel like I have the closest way of doing it, but I would make a couple of tweaks, but I'm not too far off. I mean, I did okay in the box event when I came here on Friday. Banished.
Yes.
Down.
Yeah.
Go.
Krill just has so many cards on his side of the table.
Yeah, that doesn't usually matter. I mean,
it's just that.
I mean, look at it this way: those are cards that are not in his life deck. That's another way to look at it.
Yeah.
You know, like people focus so much on the discard pile, they forget how cards in play also aid to that, because that's something not in the deck. You know, granted, it is giving him an opportunity to do several different things for him. And you know, look at his play style. I mean, he's playing very passive. I'm not sure if he's doing that intentionally, but I mean, granted, he's been drawing into those cards, so I don't see why. I mean, why would you go aggressive when you keep drawing cards that are being placed in play during the planning step? You know. Again, another factor that luck is. Well, another thing that luck is a factor. Your draw potential does impact your ability to play the game.
Disc and a power up.
I don't know what he's waiting for. I mean,
Well, it's just
maybe he's scoping out those discs that are remaining in his deck. I'm not sure what he's holding on to, or maybe he's just going to go straight aggro and just go after him. So he has the declaration for the potential putting the steady drill back in the deck. Now, if the orange Krillin deck ends up drawing the heroic plan, that's just an option for him to retrieve it back and put it in play.
Yeah.
So it comes down to how fast he can get that set up, though, and when he decides to enter. Now, I can see right there, that's a disc. Black Krillin has a disc for sure.
Looks like he has a disc and a black swipe.
Yeah, so, which is not, those are fairly good options. I mean, that is right there removing any drills you want, especially since, you know, Orange Krillin is relying a lot on the crit capabilities that he has to retrieve those drills faster.
He's got 2 discs in his hand right now.
Mm-hmm. How many people are currently online?
141.
Awesome. You guys are awesome for checking out Next Level Z, showing off this wonderful, you know, opportunity game that's going on right now here in Kansas City.
It's pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting, but like I just keep seeing this like in every one of Troy's games. He stays aggressive, and then he picks his spots, and then he enters combat, and somehow he just has 2 discs in hand. Like
somehow, yeah, I can magically call upon the disc god.
He's really good at drawing discs.
Well, that just shows that he should be playing Black Krillin in the first place, right?
Yep, it does.
Mm-hmm.
All right, later, Des.
Yeah, some people would be interested to want to watch the rest of this go out. 2 out of 3. People are going to start talking about Orange Krillin. You know, how well does it do? Why make that choice? You know, it is definitely something that hasn't seen any play. Not a single, not that I know of. Maybe someone can correct me. But not a single Orange Krillin I've heard of that's topped.
There's been one that's made top cut.
Oh, there has one?
Yeah,
where was
last
that?
region. It was Virginia.
It was in Virginia?
Yeah. Mr. Waffles made top 16.
Oh, with Orange Krillin?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What was his specific placement?
I think 16.
Oh, so he lost to the next match,
Yeah,
which was against what?
Black Krillin.
Oh, that's like ironic.
Yeah, and then actually there was one at.
But he did play a Black Krillin deck, so I mean, definitely
wasn't there an
himself.
Orange Krillin in Arizona that made top cut?
I don't think so. Not that I can think of.
Maybe.
I know there was I know there were several red Krillins and black Krillins, of course, but not an orange Krillin. There's Orange Goku, which everyone seems to remember a lot about.
Of course. Yeah, Orange Krillin did make top 16 in Arizona.
Well, that's good.
That's the problem.
My memory serves me just due to the fact that I was so preoccupied with everything else going on. I mean,
This is the problem with the orange deck right now, is it just keeps having to pass.
Well, now, getting the fact that he's drawing into cards that are not non-combat based, he's only got the steady drill. I'm sure there are other drills in his discard pile, and he's running possession drill. So, I mean, it seems like maybe his style, he runs the fewer drills, focuses more on the damage output, uses the allies for extra stages for energy attacks. The logic seems sound.
Yeah.
Now, is it consistent? I mean, clearly he's gotten to top, so the level of consistency has to be there, but I don't know what his matchups were. I don't know what edge and advantage he had, and what outcome that he ended up serving. And, come to think of it, with this particular style, that makes Crushing Beam much more of a desirable card. Because you can just search for it again, and she shuffles right back into the deck.
So heroic for black power up, so we can, of course, in combat, because the game's already...
Right?
Hmm?
Is it one here?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, one of the things I noticed that I do, especially when I was a featured judge for the past 3 games, if it was a featured judge, is you just get the desire to be a potential hand model, or a hand model, right? You just like direct your hand here. This effect, please trigger. When you're even playing in the game state, you try to look all fancy when you're shuffling your cards in hand. I mean, I think it's just a natural nick that people, like card players, get when they're playing these card games. I'm sure any card gamer who's watching this thread could agree.
Pretty sure.
Right.
So he's going to try and stack because he just stole ball 7. I feel like Black Krillin, he's been really careful about when he uses his mastery, because he just does not want to give him the anger. May have been like the only attacks left in his deck from what it looked like.
Oh, I will add, fun fact, Troy, this is his first regionals.
Is it really?
It is Troy's first regional.
Wow.
He did exceptionally well for his first regional.
I would say that he came out on top, almost.
I would say the best in the world.
The best Black Krillin player? Yes, he is.
I don't know about that.
See what I did there?
I see what I did there.
Ooh, goes into orange drill.
Yeah, but I think he has like no attacks on
Yeah,
the die.
no, he's pretty much
because
done.
he just went in and searching text like an orange stare down and a crushing beam. Yeah, now he's gonna end up passing turn, and then all Troy has to do is call combat, and then black power up for game.
Right, and he knows this. He's just counting down the seconds at this point. He's going to visit. He's forced to do this now.
Yep.
Go for a disc.
Yep.
He draws 3. I mean, he draws. Maybe if the timing is right. I think he's well way over. Well, does he have the drill that adds +2? He does.
He does.
So he's going to be doing this for 8. If he has other Dragon Balls,
seven,
yeah, maybe.
This is possible.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's. I mean, if you get it. I wonder how many cards are left in his deck at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14 cards. I think. I hope I was counting the right order amount. 2 cards, Black Power and Combat. He draws 3. He passes. The other guy draws out, depending on how many cards left in his deck.
Discard Black Corruption. Make him banish top 2.
Yep, there it is.
Yep.
There's top 2. Oh, that's gonna hurt. And Kami. There, see the Kami.
Yeah.
So he remembers. Okay, good. So now you got 4 cards. He draws. He's gonna enter. Possibly. Hopefully he has the attacks. No, a setup. Foreshadowing. That would probably do it right there. He's gonna draw 3. The foreshadowing would take care of him. Now he's forced to have to enter because he wants to make sure he doesn't get. He wants to get the first action. So
he's searching text for
and
the
that would be the game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
Which is that's a great way to end a game right there.
Yeah.
Not often does that happen, actually.
All right. 1 game down.
1 or 2 more to go.
1 or 2.
2 or 1.
Either way.
Twan.
One
more.
One more game. Oh my gosh.
Twan.
That was brutal.
Yeah. What, the word? Yeah, it's pretty brutal to say it.
Yeah, it is.
Twan. Yeah.
He says his stream is frozen.
It is it?
No. When will you have other games posted for watching?
We're working on it now.
No. Of course, there's always.
It's a 9-hour video upload. It's going to take a little while.
I would agree.
A hot minute.
9 hours.
It's a 9-hour Swiss video.
Right.
Wait, how is it only 9 hours? We've been here casting since 10 a.m.
Or 8 hours, 31 minutes of Swiss.
We're going to be at over.
Dude, 8 hours.
Over 14 hours.
Timers don't lie. 8 hours, 31 minutes, 41 seconds during Swiss. Then 3 hours, 26 minutes of top 16. And top 4 is what we've been recording since we went to top 4.
Yeah, I agree. Black Krillin, that's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't necessarily believe that Orange Krillin is at a disadvantage because let's face it, the game that Nick played prior to this game was against a Black Krillin deck. He has the capabilities. Now, granted, this Black Krillin player plays a bit differently, and hopefully the fact that he's able to get a 2 out of 3 game winnings or game opportunity, this gives Nick an opportunity to kind of study his opponent a bit, knowing what plays to make and when to go all in, when to not go all in.
We got a phasing drill out first,
which is actually pretty relevant right now.
Well, again,
and there's the declaration.
And I think he has a disc and a corruption in hand. Mm-hmm. Yeah, immediately, and he hits 2 allies right off the top.
Well, honestly, that's better for him because he gets a disc to get rid of that declaration better. Keep in mind, the Black Krillin deck also has many cards to set up and all. So there's the banish, bam. Energy attack.
For 5.
Oh, okay.
He has to make sure he banishes the declaration. He got it. Good catch.
Right.
Yeah, I'd be so kind of shit. You got DQ'd right here.
I gotta say that Nick's hair is amazing.
Nick's hair?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That thing's wicked.
It is.
Yeah, you should get some of it just like laying on the table.
I would never want his hair personally. I mean, I think it's just way too much work for what he does. And nobody on this room will ever know. I wonder if the viewers can hear that music in the background.
They can.
You can
see it on the.
Oh yeah, you can see it from there.
PowerPoint for 7. Wow.
6, 7. Nice.
Got the crit, which means he'll be able to grab the aura drill after combat.
Exactly.
Yep.
And he's trying to end combat. Does he have a block? Yeah, he was going all in. Yeah. So only 2 life cards. 1, 2. And there's that drill. And that actually came out perfectly, because now, end of combat, search for a steady drill. This is where Orange starts to strive.
There he goes. He remembered it. He was about to miss it. He was about to discard down.
And the funny thing is, that's not a mandatory thing. So he could have easily had chosen not to do it.
Yep.
That right there is called an awesome opportunity for Orange. They want to. Krillin, especially in Orange, wants to get those drills out from the discard pile, from the crits. And here it comes. He Dragon Ball 7. He doesn't think twice. He just does it. I probably would have been a bit more hesitant, but he didn't even look at the discard pile to know what he really wanted. There's really not a whole lot in there that's very useful, except for the confrontation and the energy web. But that's assuming it's going to hit. So he's going to go for what? 2 of those in a confrontation.
Confrontation or a dense ball.
Yeah, that's a possibility as well.
I think I would switch one of the energy webs for a dense ball.
It's too late. He's already made his final decision on that card. That's another thing, is he's fast playing it now. Yeah. Now he's prone to making mistakes. He's feeling the pressure. See, confrontation, I knew it. So now he's going to place that on top of it. And let's see what's going to happen. Mills 3, perfect. Reminding people about the Order of Dragon Ball 7 was probably the most challenging thing that I had to ever deal with as a judge in 2 of the regionals I have judged thus far. Right, exactly.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
He passed?
Well, yeah.
Why?
Because he has.
Well, I'm just saying.
Oh, the Krillin. He leaves the Krillin in there.
The disc, yeah.
Yeah, that is a little weird. He probably has a plan for them. I'm not seeing it though yet. Maybe Dragon Ball 7 when he crits it back, but then why not just? I don't know. I don't know what was in his hand.
What he probably also recognizes that Nick doesn't have discard pile removal.
That's actually very true. He does not.
So he just knows that if visiting the past, late game may benefit him by a lot. Oh man, you don't want him to end combat on you. Yep. Gonna get rid of this Ignite Glare, unfortunately, no.
Yeah.
Just because of the type of sleeves and the way the camera's angled.
Yep, right.
It's not overhead.
Nope. Alright, so I believe the orange Krillin player has no anger. No anger, 3 drills in play. He's looking like he's in a great position. The fact that even the racing drill is banished means that he's going to get away with keeping those cards in play. And a couple of black declarations are in the discard pile. Well, one of them is banished, and the other one I think is in the discard pile, so even better for him. Or maybe 2 are in the banished. I don't even remember. Either way, he's in a better spot. The answers for drills with the black Krillin deck are out of the way.
I wonder if he's going to grab energy defense since he knows what's in his plan. Because in his hand right now, he has another Dragon Ball and an orange stare down on the table. He has a steady drill. So do you get your extra defense, or?
No, he's going for the pen point. He wants he wants those drills to come into play. He knows what's left in the deck. He gets that benefit off of it. Yeah.
He wants to be able to crit as well, so he can pull the aura drill from the discard pile.
Yeah. I wonder. Actually, I'm thinking: is the search for the drill with Orange Mastery, is that mandatory or is it optional?
It's optional.
Are you sure? I'll double check now.
Pull it up.
Yeah.
Online.
I gotta see that because let's see, Orange Mastery. And I'm sure I'm gonna hear answers over the Mastery images and looking at a drill. Here it is.
Your energy, at the end of any combat in which you used a critical damage effect, search your discard pile for a drill. Oh, it's mandatory.
Oh, wow.
He has to do it.
Okay.
So your opponent has to remind you.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Chungmu, thank you. And yes, collect your cash to put it on an amazing event today. Panini as well, we had tons of support, so I'm glad you had a great time and awesome that you stayed up to watch the event, even though you have to work at 4:30. So thanks for coming out, man. This is a great song.
Right? Yeah, I clearly don't play enough orange to know much about that mandatory effect.
So he hit PowerPoint. I think PowerPoint actually ended up critting. So he's going to get focusing drill out, and then into combat he can pull the aura drill from the discard pile.
So there's 3 different sections of people in different areas of the room. Like Ty was and Phones watching this because there's such a massive crowd around the table right now.
Really?
They
Yep.
can't like squeeze in. It's really funny.
Getting off this energy web is something that devastates orange. Just right there, several options of energy attacks you cannot perform. I'm so tired. I really am. That moment in time, you're thinking, "Gosh, like it's been such a long day."
Yeah, we've been.
At this point, I couldn't care who wins this match.
We went to bed at 2.
Yeah,
Got up at 6:30.
6:30. So we've only had 4 hours.
We
of sleep.
got here at 8 something.
Yeah. And then we have to catch a flight tomorrow.
Yeah, which means by the time we get home after we get a couple beers in us, because today, gosh.
Well, the thing is, we have to go to, if we're gonna go to the airport with Jay,
With me.
we have to go back to Brazil to get my bag.
I have to be
Yes.
there at 4 because my flight leaves at 7:45.
5:45.
Or 5:45, my bad,
Yeah, your check-ins. I mean, obviously you want to be at the gate 30 minutes before that because it's when your boarding is.
Right. I mean, I could probably get away with doing it a little later because it's that early, but right. I mean, I was not given the option for the time I had to leave.
Plus, this isn't a familiar airport. It's kind of a weird airport.
Right. I mean, I don't know much about this airport, but yeah.
It's a really weird airport.
Smoothness and a time. I mean, definitely going to help with all the energy attacks that Orange has the potential of doing.
Yay, a song.
All these songs just seem right.
They do.
They just feel right for this game.
Just shake it off, Orange Krill, and get the win. Don't let it get to you.
Does Krillin ever win? Let's face it, though. I mean, technically, he dies before he has a chance to to redeem himself.
Called combat, and he drew poorly, but luckily he has time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he drew poorly.
Yeah. Very poorly. He doesn't get to maximize on
Yeah. If anything, it just was the best
it. He
thing
has
for
an
Nick.
energy web and his power.
Right.
So.
Block. Always do the block for your drill first. I remember there was a time when someone had attempted to do a time and not trigger the block for the drill. I proceeded to sphere, and then it killed off his drill.
Yep.
Order of this order of the orange drill using at the rate does matter. I mean, sphere is very situational, but
It is.
it doesn't matter. Always just get rid of the drills. Let the drills trigger. There's really no reason not to do it.
What's up?
See, this is why I kept track of the stages, but unfortunately, I didn't realize that those dices were not being viewed. I mean, I should have checked in and with you guys to see how far you guys could have seen. I thought you guys had wide range of vision, but
That's all right. It'll be okay.
oh, I know.
I
mean,
like
it's whatever.
Nick's dice are really easy to read.
Right. Those are really big 10-sided dice too.
They are.
And there's the energy block. was the discard step.
Yep.
Okay, that's a different story.
He held on to...
And that black power up's definitely going to make some work.
Yep.
And Dragon Ball 3. Oh, the corruption. So good. I don't know what he's going to get rid of. I mean, he's probably going to just play the passive role. He's probably going to put all the, black power up, all the cards that are placed into play during the planning step for, keep those in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
Retain some board presence. Some dice. He does gain 1 anger. Dragon Ball 6. Gain more stages. Here's the black power up. As I expected, a very passive direction with this. Should have. Has he made 2 cards? Yeah, he's 2 cards. Yeah, it's a discard confrontation. He's going to hold on to the black corruption. That's interesting. Maybe just because of the energy block. He wants the block. And it does lower anger too, which actually could be relevant given the fact that
it's interesting. It's almost like he's refraining from using his mastery because he doesn't want to set off the triggers for the crits. Because right now that's the only thing that can set it off, and that helps him because he essentially declines the other Krillin the ability to capture Dragon Ball.
That's correct.
As well as gain anger.
Which goes back to what I said earlier about ordering with Krillin and who entering combat. Like, that is a really crucial factor in your game if you're going to play the Krillin matchup. Because actually, no matter what happens, if he were to enter combat, do Krillin, or vice versa. If Nick were to enter combat and he were to Krillin, Nick, let's say Troy were to Krillin, let's say Troy proceeds to do the mastery, Nick decides to do Dragon Ball 3. Worst case scenario, he had 1 card in hand, he discards. He still gets to keep a card because of Dragon Ball 3. Mm-hmm. And he gets to choose of the 3. He could play it at the right moment where he can see not enough energy blocks in the deck. Well, not enough energy blocks in the deck. I'm going to proceed to get another energy attack and proceed to just do damage and let you eat it. Yep. Or, force him to end combat with black power up. So it's just a lot of things going on in the board state.
It looks like Nick has a disc in hand right now. So...
And if only he had the Burning Aura drill.
Oh yeah, just for the additional +2.
The additional +2, that just helps so much. Oh man, getting rid of that +3 endurance, really good. And there's the crit. So take Dragon Ball 6, why not? -2.
Yep, make it low risk.
Because I believe he's at 3 stages above, so if literally the next energy attack or whatever attack next energy attack hits, he would be forced to lose a stage, and he wants to keep that stage. He stops the attack. Oh no, discards to mastery, that's fine. Remember guys, you banish the bottom 2 first to your discard pile, then you banish the top 2 of your life deck, then you discard a card. Several people who are waiting for this game to be over so that people like from other YouTube shows can start talking to those players right from there.
Nope. We gotta get them in here.
Oh, to interview them right after?
Yeah.
Oh, so you guys got first dibs. That's pretty nice.
Gotta keep up the trend, man.
Talk to Troy. If we end up talking to Troy.
Tell Twitch chat, like, hey, we did interviews after every single round, except the one you guys didn't want us to do one. And then finals, nah, we're not going to do an interview. Sorry, guys. That's terrible.
Yeah, what a tease. Freaking tease. Man, if I was the orange player, I'd be like, gosh, why don't I have that energy attack that costs 1 stage and it does 3 life cards? And then hit, choose a card in their life deck.
Precise shot.
Because I mean, he has the one stage. It's like I wish I had another attack.
Yep.
See, he keeps drawing these physical blocks that are just completely useless to him. It's likely that the black Krillin player is behind on life deck numbers. So maybe he's holding on to the corruption just for the sake of, the extra block. Or looks like maybe discarding it. Banish 2. Banish 2, buddy. Yeah. And banish. Oh, that overpowering. That would have really helped.
Yep.
Yajirobe would be relatively good against Black Power because it forces Krillin to have to attack first. So you're getting some damage in before the actual ending of combat happens. Not terrible for an option. It's like, I'm willing for you to have the card, but at least let me hit you twice before you use it,
Orange Krillin missed his trigger to search for a drill out of the discard pile.
Right. Unless he had no drills.
There's still an ore drill in there, I think. Critical launcher. Which ball is he stealing? 7, of course. Help close out the game.
Yep, he wants those attacks. And plus, that's 2 endurance back in the deck. Yep. I totally grabbed that too. Heck yeah. No, you do have to search for the orange drill. The judges are there. No one's discussing about it. It's
He banished his own disc with blinding.
It's called biting in the ass right there.
It's okay. He's winding it down, getting really close to closing this out. 6 cards left.
We know what those are.
Yep.
It's pretty much game. Not much you can do.
He's got to enter combat with visiting because he's got 2 cards.
He's gonna have to. Yeah, he's gonna have to.
Yep.
I don't know how many cards are left in the guy's discard.
What's interesting is just like, maybe he's just that good, but he just hasn't. I guess he's in his discard pile enough, but I know that I would be going back through to count blocks and stuff. So he's gonna disc Steel Ball 7 back. Oh wait, he can't because of hiding drill.
Yep. Yeah, that hiding drill is
so clutch.
But he has to block with the corruption, or else it's game. Like, that's the problem now. Is either he takes the loss now or he does it later. It's like, yeah. So he's forced to block. And then
uses power.
And if he can survive, well, even if he does use his power, 3 life cards. And the steady drill. Oh, he has the block for it. Gains the stages. Krillin for game. Or the crushing beam for game. He got it.
Yep. And we're going to game 3.
No problem.
What happened?
I wanted to remind the orange player that his orange mastery is mandatory. I never told him that it wasn't or anything, but I wanted to remind him because he is going to game 3. It's going to be epic. And also, FYI, for all of you watching, he did not have a drill in his discard pile.
Okay.
So, and he was aware of it. So, just to clear the air, in case anyone has an issue or concern with it, there's a lot of stuff that's being banished. So the edge that Nick had, I think he went first, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he went first. So he was fortunate enough to get aggressive early, and it just caused the black Krillin deck to draw dead cards early, and that's the edge and advantage that the orange Krillin needs to get his game victory. Oh, man.
I gotta use yours real quick. I'll be right back.
Sure.
While they're showing. It's gonna take a while.
Yeah, right? No, that's not the reason why you should want to help out your store. That's the good incentive that you get.
That's sweet. You got a little what are your favorites?
What you get is a bunch of people hating you because they're calling your information. That's the real more than you get.
Yeah, right? When you guys want to transfer your PowerPoints? I'm serious.
I'm not very serious. You'll trade.
I'm trying to get more promos. If you get more promos, you can text my third time.
right, so Black Krillin starts off strong with an erasing drill, power up, and ball 1 in play.
Good start.
So this is going to be it's a really good start for Black Krillin.
Very good start. Not necessarily a guarantee. We're going to find out if Nick has the capabilities to get the edge that he needs to really get around this Black Krillin setup.
Entering combat early, and wow, Nick Troy drew into a great hand. A blinding, a dense ball, and a disc.
And a Black Corruption, I believe. And the Black Corruption. Bam. Stop in energy. And the dense ball for another attack, so he can get away with Krillin's and then go in for what was the other attack? It was dense ball and
disc.
Disc. Yeah, he can go in for a disc and have the dense ball there just for another block. Yeah. Stop at the dense ball. Done. Because that's obviously we don't want that.
David says.
Wait, okay, there it is. Wow.
So bad.
Drawing ball 1 earlier is relevant. That extra damage is going to help out.
Yep, especially with the disc power, yeah, so 6. So is this one solid video, like the entire, all the feature match, or is it breaking up into?
I broke it up.
Okay, that makes.
God, that would be terrifying.
That would be terrifying, really.
Have a 9 hour and then a 7 hour, kill me.
Ugh.
Yeah, I'll manage. No, it's an 8.5 hour Swiss, and then there's the 3.5 hour top 16 up to top 4, and then top 4 in finals.
Okay.
By themselves. Because this is going to be top 4. The finals going to be long enough.
Drew into a smoothness drill. Continue building advantage.
Yep. All right.
Somebody take a screen.
That's the second time he's drawn two smoothness and rejuve the other one.
Yeah.
Somebody took a screenshot of watching Twitch and was like 1-1 last game from first.
Right. It is definitely a nice game. This is a very nice game for a first, second, game finals.
Yeah.
It really is crazy.
He's got a ball 7 in hand already.
And
Disc corruption and a dense ball in the discard pile.
So he dropped the 7. It just seems like he drops it whenever he sees it. Yeah. And I can't blame him. Look at that. Those are that's a solid choice right there for 3 cards. I'll put that on top of the deck any day. I thought he was heading out.
And he has another disc in his hand.
He has another disc in his hand.
This is just with a smoothness drill.
Yep. Honestly, I wouldn't. I don't. He has a block. How many energy blocks he's got? He's got 1 swipe. He's going to choose not to enter. Well, he has 2 swipes.
Yeah. 2 swipes a disc.
I mean, that's crazy enough right there.
He's getting rid of a swipe and binding energy moves. So he's holding onto the disc and another swipe.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now he gets the dense ball, he gets the disc, and he gets the corruption. So that's like a great solid hand for a black Krillin deck. But then he just places the steady. I was actually thinking he should have. I probably would have considered entering, just because of how relatively reasonable that hand was. I mean, at the worst case scenario, he could have. Ended combat with black power up.
Yep.
And then he would have still had that great hand for the next combat. The drawing of the steady drill. You wouldn't be able to expect that, but. Yep.
Now he's triggering it correctly. There we go.
There we go.
6 life off the top.
Well, that's true. Yeah, I forgot about the erasing drill. Is that erasing drill?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Confrontation.
Now this is when he proceeds to go, fuck, man.
Yeah.
Well, he's writing it down like a pro. He's doing it.
He's like, man, my hand is not this good.
He's like, this guy can end combat. He's got a smoothness drill. Oh. You know the duration of time it takes for a person to choose. That just shows that he's not in a good position right now. Oh, yeah. Get rid of another energy attack. Because the idea is, okay, you have a lot of attacks, and you have a dense ball that's
potential. It was
a
crushing beam instead of a disc in his hand.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's freestyle, so it's from an angle. It could have been that case. So I guess his logic is, well, you got attacks, so I might as well limit your options for attacks, because really that corruption is only bad against me if you block an attack or if you use the mastery to. Well, and if you do, then I'm going to use my Krillin to get back to get Dragon Ball 1 and put it on my side.
Well, he's still got his power, so he can use his power.
Right.
And then he still has Dense Ball, so he has 2 attacks.
Here comes the Krillin attack, and the damage proceeds. Yep. Oh. So, okay, he doesn't have the physical block, so this is going to hit him. Not terrible, and no 6 to worry about the -2 stages. He's going to take 5 stages. I don't know how many stages Black Krillin is at. I mean, he did perform his energy attack, so it put him pretty low. It'll put him in a position where he may have to consider Black Power Up as an action, but he may not be there yet. So find out. Oh yeah, see, exactly as I said. And does he want to end combat though, or no? He chose not to end combat. Oh no, he ended combat. That's okay. I was like, I don't know why you would want to not end combat at that point. Yeah. Oh, these viewers are creative.
So.
No, I just said Yellow Treasure. He's been doing that all night.
Oh yeah. Nick and Troy are like getting to know each other on a personal level. They're picking at each other's brains. They're thinking of the potential that they each possess for their capabilities to get to top 2 of the entire Kansas regional.
Oh wow! Nebraska's so proud of you.
You know, I'm thinking would be better for me is, I have to still figure out how to do it right. I'll make a phone call, figure it out. Oh, it's gonna suck though. What's this? Let's call it a post. Man, I am so glad to have been able to help out for this event, to get it to where it is. I mean, we've had some amazing games, some amazing interactions, great players. It's just the being a judge is just a great experience.
Yeah,
my first opportunity with Arizona. Really great opportunity.
It's been a lot of fun.
It has a lot of work. I mean, it's hard work, but I enjoyed every second of it. Although, however, how stressed it may have been as it moved forward.
Coming back with the disc with the Fury.
Yeah, still in there. There's that endurance too gone, and there's more potential damage. But it does look like that. Well, actually, it's hard to tell what's going on with the life deck count. I'm actually wondering now if it's possible that Black Krillin has more endurance than Orange.
He might because of Crushing Beams, Declarations.
Say they both have the same, except for the Pinpoint Blast and then the energy block that has endurance.
Yeah, endurance 3.
But like but Black has Black Declaration, Black Foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing.
I think it's very likely that Black Krillin has the endurance to edge out over his opponent versus the Orange player.
Yep. Giant math problem.
If you really actually look through Orange, I mean, just take a look through Orange, for example. Most of their endurance is on energy attacks and energy blocks, and some on energy, physical blocks and whatnot. But energy attacks, I mean, it just goes to show that you really can't be as successful as you want to be with Orange unless you really get those endurance cards that have great potential in them.
You need them.
You need them. I mean,
like Precise Shot is endurance too.
Right.
That's an instant addition to the deck when it comes to your endurance cap.
Right. Oh, and I know +2 pay 1 stage. I'm actually wondering why he must have made the choice not to run it. But I mean, the thought of being able to search through the deck to know what's revealed still, and you can choose one of those cards, just it was great.
And then now Nick, he just captured his ball 7, so he's stacking 2 disc in a confrontation. So Nick is he's mounting some sort of a comeback here.
That's neat. I like that. Who made this program?
Some random dude on OBS forums.
Oh. That was nice.
Yeah, it's really good. Actually, it has his handle on there. I just realized that. By Hoffs or something.
Oh, what's the issue?
He didn't resolve the mastery.
Oh. The thing I told him to watch out for. Huh. I think the judge picked up on him. He's like waiting. He was waiting. You know that feeling, just waiting for it to happen.
Crushing Beam, Disc, Orange Stare Down. He's got Orange Roll in play. Stole it. Well, no, he stole ball 1 and stole ball 7, and then Black Krillin used his power, critted ball 1.
Talk more back. Because, yeah, I guess it confused me. I guess I missed that part.
No, he stole the one. He definitely stole the one. Yeah. Right. No, it's there are some things I'm phasing in and out. It's because I'm tired. I'm phasing in and out with this. Yeah.
And you gotta imagine that's what.
And I mean, I am not the judge on the floor, so I am. Yeah, they're resolving everything from the floor. I mean, Black Krillin seems to have more cards in the life deck. I mean, going back to what we said about that endurance, I don't know if any of those endurance are really key to this game because I don't see a lot in the Banish Zone.
Well, the thing is the only attacks he's landed this game have just been the disc, really.
Right. Just disc battle, you know. Yeah, get rid of that. That's a good call. Good call. I mean, he got rid of one of the orange stare downs, correct? I'm surprised he wouldn't go for another disc if it was. I mean, there was another disc. Yeah.
Energy for 8.
Yep. And the other guy answered. Yeah, he's going to end it. And that is it. Black Krillin wins.
Close it off. Black Krillin finally gets its.
Let's go get him.
Right. First one.
Yeah, he does.
Do you want to interview him?
That's if you'd like me to.
100%. I've been doing them all day.
Sure.
Yeah.
Questions are you saying?
Just general stuff.
Just ask him just about the match. I mean, we talked to him earlier about like why he chose the deck and things like that. So now it's just kind of like, you know, what's going through your mind right now.
Sure. I didn't know if you had any particular questions that you wanted to ask. Oh, that's fine. I will gladly ask questions. Long way over. Finally over. That was long, yeah. All right. What do I need to do now? Just come in here. Yep. If you have anything you'd like to bring with you. Congratulations, sir. Yeah, thank you. Okay.
Go ahead, guys.
Yeah.
Me? Oh, jeez. I'm gonna go walk around outside for a minute.
Oh, come on.
It's like a second job interview. Right?
Okay.
All right. So you guys in the center button?
Okay. Sit in the center one.
Oh, let's close this up here. All right. Whew. All right, guys. So we're here with our winner, Tony. How are you?
Troy.
Troy. Sorry.
Nice.
Tired. How are you feeling? It's been a long day.
It has been quite a long day, so he has an excuse.
Yep. So how was that? How was the last few rounds for you, man? How were you feeling during them?
Those last few ones were actually kind of hard. The opponents were really good. Those are grueling battles all the way to the end. They're fun. They're fun though.
So
give him that.
Going into it, I mean, you got your top 2. You're going to your next match. You heard about Orange Krillin. You knew you were playing up against it. You're thinking orange, but then you're thinking, well, Orange Krillin, it's not unheard of. It's been done. Yep. So what were you thinking as far as your matchup for Orange Krillin? Have you had the practice for it? So I have 2 questions. Have you had the practice for Orange Krillin specifically, and what did you expect against the Orange Krillin?
Okay. I guess I didn't really practice for the Orange Krillin. I guess most of the practice came from the Orange Ginyu matchup, because it's pretty similar. They're both energy attackers, both relying on drills and allies. So that's kind of what I thought it would become at the end. So what I thought I needed to do for that, I just needed to get rid of his drills, because steady drill and hiding drill were the 2 that really defeat me. It's hard to win when those 2 are out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah. That's perfectly fine. I was kind of curious as far as the build. I mean, I've seen several different variations of Orange Krillin, and I didn't expect there to be a large variety of drills, as you would see, like from, say, an Orange Goku, for example.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did notice him play the position drill, and I mean, I'm sure that was for the sake of triggering his level 1. Now, one of the things I had noticed just from watching the game and the play style of Orange Krillin is the idea of abusing anger, being a regular Krillin level 1, so that he could potentially gain the anger to go up stages and go up level 2 to potentially do more energy attacks. Yeah. So he hasn't done that specifically a lot, because he knew that by being on the same level as you, where you're doing energy attacks back and forth, you discarding a card for the mastery would trigger him to get a crit. So in terms of the kind of a long-winded question, in terms of the Dragon Balls that were placed into the play for both what you had and what he had in control, what was your strategy for Dragon Ball control?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I figured I would just have more attacks than him in the end, like Black Dense Ball. I would try to have more of those attacks to either stop his attacks or attack him to try to get my balls back. That was the main game plan. But he didn't use his Krillin power much, which I don't know about that, but yeah, that's kind of how I did it. I don't know. I just played.
Fair enough. It's been a long day.
It's been long.
But how does it feel to be the person to bring Black Krillin finally to a close?
Right.
Like it feels good.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time coming.
It has.
How did it feel going 1-1, since we really haven't had that before?
What's that?
Going 1-1 in the last 3, because a lot of them I'm hearing were 2-0. So they were just 2 wins back to back, basically. So I
believe you are the one. You're the only person thus far. I mean, there's more regionals to come, but the only regional thus far where the first and second place had actually had a 1-1 and go to round 3 for the tiebreaker. Yeah.
All right.
So
that's cool.
Feels pretty cool.
Yeah.
So when he took game 2,
yep.
Were you kind of at a point of confidence? It's like, okay, I'm familiar with what's in front of me. I think I can seal the deal, or did you have any sort of reservations or doubts?
Yeah, I kind of thought I knew what I was doing there. Kind of the big key things I needed to get Black Erasing Drill out.
That has been the flavor of the regional.
Yeah.
I love that card.
That was a strong one.
It's really good.
And also Black Searching Technique to banish 2 separate drills.
Mm-hmm.
That was also a strong play to do.
The Black Searching Technique into banishing the last card of his deck was hilarious.
Yeah,
that was good. That was good.
Because, I mean, not often do you have the opportunity to do that.
There's so many different ways he could have done it.
Right.
He could have attacked, could have done it. But no,
it was just it was the official, it was the most beneficial way for him to do it. So
yeah.
That or risk another energy attack where,
could backfire.
Yeah. Oh, but that's
great.
great.
You played well.
Well,
thank you.
I'll ask a couple more questions. So we spoke a lot about the last game that he recently played with the Orange Krillin. What about your experience overall in this entire event? Is this your first regionals?
Yes, this is my first regionals. Yeah.
All right. And how long have you played the game? Have you been around since the beginning? Was Black Krillin the one that just kind of thrived the most for you? Were you torn between what style to run or what type of deck to run?
Well, I guess I started in February this year, and I started with Sand Trunks. So I mean a beatdown deck to start it out, make it easy to learn. Then I started to do kind of red Namekian and then to black.
Okay.
That was kind of the way I did it.
No, very cool.
That's good.
Yeah.
And your overall experience of the event? What do you say?
That was fun. Lots of people. That was fun to hang out with.
You heard it here, folks. Kansas City's regional was fun.
Yeah. That's good. Cool regional.
No, it's good.
It's good to hear from you. And I'm really proud to see that Black Krillon's finally closed out.
Finally see
it's tried so hard for the past several regionals that have been going on.
No, since the beginning. Top cut in Salem, top cut at Gen Con, top cut in
AZ regionals,
Arizona, top cut in Virginia. Top cut here, finally wins it.
Finally.
He's finally
always,
there.
Always creeping, always waiting, just around the corner.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So what would have been your worst match? I mean, what would you have been worried of the event? I mean, running Black Krillon, people are aware of its weaknesses, but what about you? What are your thoughts as far as what were you not looking forward to?
So red decks in general are kind of not what I want to face. I don't have a lot of anger control. So like red TN would do pretty well against me. That or some other Black Krillons would also shut down too. I don't want to face the Black Krillon mirror.
I know that could be very frustrating.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
No, I mean, it was great. It was great running into you. I'm glad that you made top 2, and I will be seeing you at Worlds because I've also done well from previous recent regionals, and I'm glad that you did well, and it was a pleasure meeting you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey man, good job.
Yeah, thank you.
See you at Worlds.
Thanks. Yeah.
All right, everybody, we're gonna go ahead and just stop this feed. So, see ya.
See ya.